Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha Winona. This is Winona Reads. So it is almost start that over. It is almost October. This month has gotten away from me. I have tried to film a couple of times. It just hasn't worked out. I start to, get a concept, get an idea, start vlogging, and then forget to pick it back up. Or honestly, I just sometimes feel like it's too much to have, the camera on and trying to capture all the little moments. It's just easier for me to do it all instead of trying to film it. But anyway, I officially am 32. And for my birthday, we went to the bookstore last weekend. I picked out a couple of books with my birthday money. And tomorrow, actually, my husband and I are going to Barnes & Noble. And he said that he would do the challenge where he's going to give me 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go around the store and pick out which books I want to get. My goal is not to just pick whatever I think I may like. My goal is to try to stick to stuff that I have been looking at for a while, and I'm not going to go into it having an intentional list, but I'm not going to get paperbacks I'm going to read once, or rom-coms that I could just listen to from the library. I'm going to kind of focus on stuff that I really want. So we're doing that tomorrow. So today my daughter and my niece and I went to the used book sale at the library. I did not get very much. I think I got 5 books because my daughter was just not having it, and so we just looked and then left, which was a little bit upsetting because I look forward to those, and I am a member of the community for the library, so I'm able to go before the public. I'm able to go ahead of time, and so it kind of felt like a wasted hour a little bit to not really get the chance to look. I wanted to do my jar picks for October. Last month I picked out 4 because they were stuck together, and I read 3 out of 4 and I started the 4th. So I finished my Goodreads goal. I reached 120, so that was really cool. So yeah, I finished my Goodreads goal. And so now I'm kind of what do I want to pick up and take my time with? And the 2 that are on my nightstand right now, which is what I'm thinking in the moment, are House of Leaves, which was last September's pick from the jar last month, and then Babel by R.F. Kuang. I started and got a couple pages in, but I want to take my time with that. I did also start Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, and I have it on audio to follow along because it is such a big book. So I have a couple of different options for this weekend, but like I said, I'm really just taking my time. I've definitely been a really big mood reader lately, so I haven't been forcing myself if I'm just not in the vibe with it. I've been putting stuff down, which I don't normally do, but I'm proud of myself that I'm not forcing, to finish. I also did get a haircut, finally. And color, if you can't tell. It's a little bit dark right now because it was just done last night, but I am loving how much thinner it is, how much smoother it is, how many less gray hairs I have. It was way overdue, but yeah, it's a little bit darker. I like it. Let's dive right in. I really don't know the intentions of this video. This is just going to be an all over. I'll do an October TBR sort of. I'll do the challenge tomorrow. I wasn't able to film at the book sale today because, like I said, my daughter was just not having it. Anyway, I think I can't tell what I'm more proud of. I can't tell if I'm proud of reading almost all of the jar picks because now I'm actually getting in the habit of, reading the stuff on my shelves instead of buying more, or if I'm more proud of finishing my goal so early. Although I did think, honestly, I thought I was going to finish it way before September, and then just life happens, but that's okay. Giovanni's Room, okay. First pick is a, can we do that? Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. The White Album. Isn't that the one I just read? I'm pretty sure I just finished that. Yeah, I did. I already read this, so I'm gonna toss this. I'm just double checking. Yeah, okay. So then I had picked The White Album by Didion, but I actually finished that. I took that to Phoenix in July, and then I put it down for a while, and I actually just finished it not that long ago. So that one I already read. I'm gonna toss that one. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do 4 picks again, because why not? Get some stuff down. Okay, this is 2 together. I already read this. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's a little difficult having kids because of course they like to touch all of your things. That sounds weird, but if you're a parent, you understand. If you have something new that you bought for yourself, like I bought slippers from Pink Lily for my birthday for myself. My kids have been wearing them around the house the entire last day and a half that I got them. I think I wore them last night for a little bit. Anytime you get something new or have something specifically for yourself, they want it. If you get yourself a coffee, even if they have their own stuff, they want a sip of your coffee. It's always, you could get them their own breakfast sandwich, they still want your breakfast sandwich. So the jar picks, and this has happened previous months, I feel like they have found the ones that I've already read and have put aside, and they put them back in the jar because they were playing with it. So I have also read All My Rage by Sabatier, so that is going in the garbage. What is this one? Homegoing. I don't think I read that one. Homegoing. Okay. Interesting. Theater for Dreamers. I feel like that would have been a good summer one. Theater for Dreamers. I'll have to see if that is on audiobook, because I feel like that would be a good, a good audiobook. House of Gold. Okay. So these are the 4 picks. Let's go find these. Come on. Now, if you don't remember, or if you are new here, I have rearranged and reorganized my entire shelves, so I am a little bit lost when it comes to some of the stuff I have. So, Homegoing is here. And House of Gold, I want to say, I think I saw it over here recently. It's one of these 2 sections. Oh yeah, it's right here. I was gonna say, I was over here the other day. Okay, that's 2. Where are the other ones? Giovanni's Room. Is that downstairs? It might be up here. Let's take a look. No. Giovanni's Room. I think Giovanni's Room might be downstairs, actually, because is there stuff behind here? Yeah, there is. Okay. Huh. We're gonna do this. By Baldwin, and then what's the Dreamer one? Dreamer something Dreamers. Dreamer. House of Dreams. Oh no, theater. It's right on top. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. It says, set in 1950s Paris of American expatriates, liaisons, and violence, a young man finds himself caught between desire and conventional morality. With a sharp, probing imagination, James Baldwin's now classic narrative delves into the mystery of loving and creates a moving, highly controversial story of death and passion. This is rather short. It's only 175 pages, but I do think it packs a punch. I have read one of his books before, but I have been looking to get to this for quite a while. I have seen a lot of good reviews about it, so that's a good one. The next one was A Theater for Dreamers, Polly Sampson. Sorry. This says based on actual events. 1960, the world teeters on the edge of cultural, political, sexual, and artistic revolution, nowhere more so than the Greek island of Hydra, where a circle of writers, painters, and musicians live, ruled over by Charmaine Clift and George Johnston, troubled king and queen of Bohemia. Okay. It's a spellbinding novel about utopian dreams and innocence lost in the wars waged between men and women in the battleground of genius. Interesting. I wonder what this is rated, because I haven't seen that many people talk about it. I also haven't seen that many people talk about this. This is a brand new book I got from Book Outlet a while ago. But I have been in the mood for historical fiction, so let's see. This says the start of a marriage, the end of a dynasty. It's 1911, and Greta Goldbaum is forced to move from glittering Vienna to damp England to wed Albert, a distant cousin. The Goldbaum family is one of the wealthiest in the world, with palaces across Europe, but as Jews and perpetual outsiders, they know that strength lies in family. For the first time in 200 years, the family will find itself on opposing sides. Greta will have to choose family, or the one she created, or the one she left behind. I wonder what that is rated too. I haven't seen anybody read this, but on the back it says A Jewish Downton Abbey. That's cute. Like I said, I have been in the mood for historical fiction, so maybe I'll get to that one first. And then the next one is Homegoing by Ya Agassi. Ghana, 18th century. Two half-sisters are born in two different villages, each unaware of each other. One will marry an Englishman and lead a life of comfort, and the other is captured in a raid on her village and imprisoned. Oh my god. This sounds really good. I did read her other book, Transcendent Kingdom, and I did like it, but I think I just read it at the wrong time. Like, I wasn't really in the mood for it. So I am interested to giving her another try. I did like her writing style. I feel like it was a little bit tough to get to at first. I remember that. I remember like getting into it. It was a little bit tricky, and then I did listen to the audiobook while I read Transcendent Kingdom, but this just sounds so good. Okay. The other ones I want to get to, like I said, I have Babel and House of Leaves on my nightstand, and then I do want to pick a couple more. This is my problem. I have a couple of recent purchases that I want to get to, but let's take a look. These are a couple others that I do want to get to. I want to finish Crescent City hopefully this month, finish Babel, finish House of Leaves, or at least get a good chunk of House of Leaves, because I know it's a little bit daunting. I do want to start the Dragon Republic, which is holding up my camera right here. So this one was on my nightstand from last month, and I kept saying The Bone Shadow in the video, so excuse me. It is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, but I wanted to give this a try. It is pretty thick, but I've seen so many people picking this up lately for like a reread, and I don't know if another like installment came out or if everyone's just rereading it, but I've never read it, and I thought if I could find an audiobook and kind of read along, it would make it go a little faster. I also wanted to pick this up. This was on last year's fall TBR and I never got to it. It's Dark Academia. I'm probably the only person on YouTube that hasn't read this. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Dark Academia, somebody dies, and it is just about friendship and a group of college kids. So I need to get to this. I can't be the only one that hasn't read it. The writing is just so small, and it's like 550 pages. It's insane. But it's a bestseller for a reason. So another one that I've been interested in getting to is Ted Chiang's Exhalation. They're stories, and I thought I could chip away at this little by little and read a story here and there when I'm like in between books maybe, or you know, just bring this with me as like my purse book, and anytime I'm like stuck somewhere in the car or waiting for something, I can pick it up. And then the one after that that I did want to get to, I just purchased this the other day, and it's My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. And I'm pretty sure there's multiple installments to this too. This was in 1950s. It's a friendship between two female main characters. I think it's a little bit of like a, I don't think coming of age, but I just think like a generational piece about friendship and womanhood. And I have seen a couple people pick this up recently too, so I wanted to give that a try. So this is what we're working with. I have no idea what I'm going to purchase tomorrow at Barnes & Noble, so I am interested to see what that haul ends up being, and then I will do all the stuff I have purchased recently. Tell me down below if you are a candy corn person. I swear my husband dragged me into it because I have never been a candy corn person. In the last like 3 years, every time I go to Target, I buy candy corn. So it's definitely his doing. But I did just get a wine shipment, so I wanted to go over that with you guys. My link is down below for Scout and Cellar. So Scout and Cellar is a clean crafted wine company, but it's just less sulfites, less sugar, less all the stuff that gives you a headache, gives you a hangover, you know, makes your cheeks flushed. Some of the things that people react to in wine, this is made without all of those additives. And so I am still a representative for the company. I haven't been really pursuing it lately, just because I've kind of been in a weird mood. And so I haven't done any tastings. We ended up having to cancel our fundraiser that we were going to host here at the house. But if you are a wine drinker and interested in trying some of the brands, definitely reach out either on here or on my Instagram. There are so many different labels that I love, and there are always some new ones that come out that I do try, and there are a couple of new ones in this box. So let's see what I got. A lot of the time, like I said, I will order different brands that I haven't tried before just to kind of branch out and see if there's anything new that I like, but I always end up getting some of the ones that I know I'm gonna like too. And I really haven't found any that I dislike. There are a couple that have been a little bit too sweet for me, but that's just me. Some people like sweet, so yeah. They package the boxes, here, I'll show you. The boxes are packaged with all recyclable material. I've never had a package with broken bottles, but if that does happen, you just reach out to customer service, and they definitely would help you with that. Oh my god. Anyway, this is one of my favorite brands, Fieldhouse Red. It is a red wine blend from Washington. It is from 2020. They also have, so on the back it says sustainably grown in healthy soil, no artificial processing aids or added sugars. Like, what is going on? Independently lab tested to meet our standards. So they always lab test to make sure that there are no chemicals from the environment that they're created from the vineyards. So they pick like family owned vineyards. Smaller batches are made, so it's not stuff that you can buy in stores, and it's stuff that when you open it, there aren't preservatives, so you have it for when you're sharing it. You know, you open one and you don't let it sit in the fridge for 2 months. So Fieldhouse is definitely one of my faves. And let's see, Pip the Greeter. This one is so cute. I love their champagne for this one. There we go. I love their champagne for this one, but they are currently out of it. Like I said, it is small batches. All the like different brand names have purpose behind them, which I think is cute. And then I did pick up one each of these. These are Sun, Wind, and Soul, and these are the new ones that I have not tried. I had a little bit of this at my sister-in-law's because she is also, this is trying to focus, I'm so sorry. She is also a wine representative. A couple of my sister-in-laws are. So I did try the red one just recently, but I have not had the white one. But these are new labels. These are from Napa, California. This one is also one of my favorites, but it is one of the pricier ones, so I only get it on like special occasions. So I did have a reward for it being my birthday, I believe, so I did go ahead and get this. Excuse this fly. I really don't understand why there's a fly in the house. Oh, another Sun, Wind, and Soul. And then another Fieldhouse, but in white. They do also have different packages where you can get them auto shipped. And you could have a variety pack, so you could do red, rosés, and whites. You could do just reds or just whites. They carry champagne. I actually haven't ordered in a little bit, so I'm really excited to, hopefully this rain stops. I feel like it's been raining forever, but hopefully the rain stops so that we can get some fireside nights and have some red wine by the fire and make it super cozy. Oh my god, they rearranged the whole store.
How do I know if it's recording, actually?
And it tells you if it goes up.
Ah, yeah, okay. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. You're not off to a very fast start here.
I know. I'm overwhelmed.
$2.45.
doing today.
You got 2.5 minutes. Two minutes. And your hands are still empty. Guess this is good for me, my wallet. Minute and a half. One minute.
This was not fair.
Yeah, 45 seconds. $30 seconds. Ten seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, you're buying two. But I can still look though.
Yeah, you can keep looking. Because that was pretty weak.
Just put you at the reward so you will have $5 on your next visit.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Hello, it is Sunday. I wanted to give you guys an update and a little bit of a book haul. I have a couple of books behind me that I have gotten over the last couple weekends. I've been gifted some stuff, I think I mentioned earlier, and we went to the bookstore yesterday and I did a challenge. I failed horribly, but it was fun. It was just way harder than I had imagined. So we are going to go through some of the books that I have gotten. I'm going to wrap up the vlog and see what happens next weekend. The first one that I wanted to show, and I don't have the cover on it, I bought like a little end table for downstairs, and so I took the covers off of like some neutral toned books just to have them kind of like match different shades. So I have the cover over there somewhere, but I did take it off. This is Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. This I have heard a couple people mention. It's very emotional. I did listen to, I think it was, I don't remember who he was talking to, but it was Dax Shepard, his podcast, where he was mentioning this book, saying a lot of his friends read it, he was recommended it, he read it. It sounded a little bit like Shuggie Bain, which is basically the concept of having addictive parents and just an unstable household growing up. So it does sound super triggering, but it does sound also very emotional. I am definitely looking forward to getting to this, and they did give me a bunch of bookmarks. I've been meaning, let me know in the comments down below, I've been meaning to look for like an Etsy page to get a couple of like really cute bookmarks just for like the fall and winter. I've been wanting like like Friends themed bookmarks and Gilmore Girl bookmarks, but I haven't like actually had a chance to like focus and look for them. So if that is something that either you are making or you know somebody who you buy from, I would love to as well, so please let me know. Another one, this is one that I picked up yesterday. It has a coffee stain on it already. This is A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. And I didn't realize that this has like a half flap. I don't love that. But this is Girl Dinner, about a chef, I believe anyway, from what I've seen, it is about a chef who, I don't know if she writes pieces on, I don't know why I thought she was a writer too, but it is a book about a chef who decides to cook humans. One human? I'm not sure. I don't want to know too much about it, but I have seen a lot of people post this for their fall TBR. I don't know how gory it gets. I don't know really much about it, but it is an interesting concept. Kind of reminds me of Tender as the Night. I think that was the one. I don't think this is necessarily like dystopian. I think it's just, you know, gender discussion and a bit of cannibalism, I guess. Just throw that in the mix. After that, I did pick up The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I love this cover. So I actually was watching Kayla, who was talking about how I don't remember if she said she doesn't read classics a lot or it's just like not one of the genres that she goes to, but she said that when she had read Little Women, she was like, I cannot believe I waited so long to read this. It was so good. She was blown away. And that is how I felt. I was like, this book is a chunker. Like I think my copy had like 700 pages, but I was so invested. I loved it. Loved her writing style. And so Kayla was saying that she felt a similar way about this, that she did really like the writing and the story. It wasn't like something that she was like super hyped up about, but it was something that she really enjoyed. And so I do want to give this a try. I didn't have a copy of it and I liked the signature classic, so I saw it and thought this would be also a good fall read. And I don't actually know what this is about. Let me see. It says, while waiting to begin his final sitting for an artist's portrait of him, the beautiful young Dorian Gray has a conversation that changes the course of his life. It says, when Dorian sees Basil's stunning finished picture, he is transfixed by its reflection of his own beauty. He is also troubled by the knowledge that the image in the painting will forever remain youthful and handsome. While he himself grows older and less desirable, he wishes out loud that the roles were reversed. Be careful what you wish for. Cool. That sounds really good. So I got these two at two different places in two different times, but I had first purchased Either Or, and then I realized that this one comes first. I just thought it was the same author. I didn't realize that it was sort of a succession. Why am I stumbling? Succession? Whatever. One comes before the other. This one. So, yes, that's what it's called. Oh my gosh. Brain fart. I'm like, wait a second. The Idiot by Elif Batuman kind of had not dark academia vibes, but she went to Harvard. I think it's a she. Yes, the daughter of Turkish immigrants. She went to Harvard. Just says typical experiences of college students, but rather is beginning a journey further inside herself, coming to grips with the ineffable and exhilarating confusion of first love. Interesting. So that one comes first. That one is Pulitzer Prize winner, and then Either Or is the one after, which follows the same girl, same family, the only one who was born in America and goes to Harvard. So I think it has a little bit of discussion of immigration, you know, being the first generation in her family to go to such a prestigious school in America. But I thought that I would pick a month and read both of them back to back because they just sound so good and interesting. And I love that they are matchy-matchy. Like, I don't know, some books, like when the second one comes out, it's either not the same font or not the same cover feel or the paper is different, but these are aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, so I want to get to those pretty soon. Though I've been eyeing those for a while, and as you'll see in the clip from my 3-minute and 20-second challenge, I did not do a great job. I only got 2 books. And so my husband let me look around a little bit longer and find some other stuff, and I ended up putting some stuff back and deciding I would get it on my Kindle, and I picked up some other stuff. So The Idiot is one that I picked up afterwards because I was on a table right when you walk in the door and I just went right past it. That challenge was way harder than I thought it would be. I literally feel like my eyes just glazed over and I was just looking at everything in like a chunk and wasn't actually like able to see like titles or bindings or anything like that. So after that, I did pick up All You Have to Do Is Call by Carrie Maher. I think I have read almost all of her books, or at least the more recent ones. I have the Paris bookseller over on my shelves. I have a couple of her older things, and I love her storytelling. I love her writing style. This is a little bit different, I feel like, than what I'm used to as far as her like choice or theme of story, I guess you would say. It is a dramatic and inspiring novel based on the true story of Jane Collective and the brave women who fought for our right to choose. I hope I like this. I have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I have a lot of hope. It's not the right word, but I have a lot of hope that I'm going to like this because it has such an important statement going into it. And so I just hope it's done as good as I think it will be. But this is Chicago, early 1970s. It has to do with illegal abortions, counseling, and, you know, safe practices for women, conventional housewives who struggle with high-risk pregnancies. Just a very different dynamic, but very prevalent to things that have happened recently. So this has been like on my, I actually need to take it off my Amazon list because I've had it like in my TBR list since I saw she was writing it. After that, I picked up Land of Milk and Honey by C. Pam Zhang. I didn't realize that this is the author of How Much of These Hills is Gold, and I don't believe I have that, but I know that's also been on my TBR. So maybe I'm thinking that I'm gonna start doing, maybe towards the end of the year, picking an author and doing like 1 or 2 books, like a weekend vlog, and vlogging like just that author for one weekend. So I think this would be a good one. This is another chef piece, but a little bit different as far as a certain hunger and eating people. It says, one woman's discovery of pleasure alters her life and indirectly the world. Let's see. After a spreading smog leads to a food shortage, a talented chef escapes to a mountaintop community of the uber rich. Here, the air is cleansed, meals are decadent. She emerges from years of bleakness to fall in love again with color, touch, taste, and desire. As boundaries undergo a thrilling erosion, the chef's enigmatic employer and his visionary daughter draw the chef into a startling attempt to reimagine the world. It has a discussion between, you know, rich versus poor and just the dynamic of different classes. Sorry, my camera died. So not only different classes, but I think just that morality, like questioning yourself, what's right, what's wrong, and having that question also within, you know, an employee and employer kind of basis where you have someone that you need to listen to, but you know something is not right, that sort of thing. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this fast because my camera keeps dying. I don't know where my other batteries are. I just want to go downstairs and relax. So let's close this vlog. These two I was gifted from book raffles on Instagram. My Instagram is down below. It's at Winona Reads. And these are both on my Amazon TBRs. The Beekeeper of Aleppo by Christy Leftery. Every morning, Nuri the beekeeper rises early to hear the call of prayer before driving to his hives in the countryside. On weekends, his wife, a gifted artist, sells her paintings in an open-air market. They live simply, rich in family and friends in the hills, until the unthinkable happens. Everything that they love is destroyed by war. He has no choice but to leave his home, but escaping Syria will be no easy feat. His wife loses her eyesight, and he is trying to navigate her grief as well as perilous journey toward an uncertain future in Britain. That sounds very soulful, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, oh, the writing is really big. I'm sure that's going to be just a beautiful story. And then this is Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I've seen this all over. It's definitely had its turn around Bookstagram. This, I actually don't know too much about what it's about. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes taking a hard look at the past can help uncover a future. After Tova's husband died, she began working the night shift at an aquarium. Mopping floors and tidying up, keeping busy has always helped her to cope, which she's been doing since her 18-year-old son Eric mysteriously vanished on a boat over 30 years ago. Ever the detective, Marcellus deduces what happened the night of Tova's son disappeared, and now he must use every trick in his old intervertebrate. Oh, an octopus. Okay, this is interesting. I'm wondering, is the octopus personified? Does it have human characteristics? Or definitely haven't read anything like that, so I've heard nothing but good praise, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting into that. I did get a couple of used books from the library book sale. I wasn't able to go for a very long time, but I did score a couple that I looked at quickly. This one is Florence Adler Swims Forever by Rachel Beanland. I haven't seen a lot of people reading this, but I did see it a lot on Instagram when it came out. I just haven't seen many reviews. This says Atlantic City, 1934. Every summer, Esther and Joseph Adler rent their house out to vacationers escaping to America's playground and move into the apartment where their two daughters were raised. Now Florence has returned from college, Florence is one of the daughters. Now she returned from college. She's determined to spend summer training to swim the English Channel. Her sister Fanny is pregnant again after recently losing a baby. She's on bed rest, leaving her daughter Gussie in Esther's care. After Joseph insists that they take in a mysterious young woman who he helped emigrate from Nazi Germany, the apartment is bursting at the seams. And then tragedy strikes during one of her training swims. Wow. What is the award? National Jewish Book Award winner. Interesting. That sounds really good. I did not know what it was about. After that, Pachinko. I thought I owned this book. I'm gonna have to double check. I don't think I do. Imagine if I picked it up and I already got it. I only spent $1.50 and I got 5 books, so I'm not mad at it if I already have it, but I don't remember having it because I don't remember it being this thick. This has been on my list for a while to pick up. It does need to be cleaned a little bit. It is a little bit dirty. This is Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. Early 1900s, teenage Sunja, the adored daughter of a crippled fisherman, falls for a wealthy stranger at the seashore near her home in Korea. He promises her the world, but she discovers she's pregnant and that her lover is married, and she refuses to be bought. Instead, she accepts an offer for marriage from a gentle, sickly minister passing through on his way to Japan, but her decision to abandon her home and reject her son's powerful father sets off a dramatic saga that will echo through generations. Wow. This is another one that I have not heard any awful things about. This is highly praised. There is no controversy with it, and it won it was a finalist, National Book Award. I have seen this all over, so that is definitely one I want to pick up at least within the next year. Probably not like soon, but definitely within the next year I can see myself picking that up. This was supposed to be my September book club pick for We Read, and I am just realizing now, excuse my dog, sorry, I am just realizing that I never did my book club discussion for September. I am so all over the place. This is Evil Eye by Edith Frum. I have not gotten to it. I did read the other one, but I have not gotten to this one. This is from the same author as A Woman Is No Man. I have not read that one, but the writing style is something I have heard very good things about, and the storytelling, I want to pick this up soon. This one says, a striking exploration of the worlds of a Palestinian American woman, the meaning of a fulfilling life, and the ways of unresolved past affects our present. She grew up in Brooklyn, highly educated, teaches art at a local college. She is a wife and mother. Her marriage is nothing like a high like the high conflict relationship she witnessed between her parents as she was growing up. She knows her life is worlds better than her mother's, with a kind of freedom her mother only dreamed of, but she doesn't feel that way some days. She experiences flashes of anger out of nowhere, sadness that she can't name. I haven't seen too many people pick this up, and I haven't seen that many reviews. I only have a couple more left. These two are recent purchases from the bookstore that we went to the other weekend before brunch. This is one I have been seeing more so the last couple weeks out of nowhere, but it's not a new release, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just, I don't know, coming about again. But the Book of Goose by Yin Yun Lee, I have seen quite a bit. Fabienne is dead. Her childhood best friend Agnes receives the news in America, far from the French countryside where the two girls were raised, the place that Fabienne helped Agnes escape 10 years. Now, Agnes is free to tell her story. As children in a war-ravaged backwater town, they built a private world invisible to everyone but themselves, until Fabienne hatched the plan that would change everything. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, and I don't want to know too much going into it. I think it would be something that would be good for like winter time or like end of fall. This one is one I have also seen a lot more recently again for some reason, and it is not a new release, but it has, I feel like, been talked about for a while, and again, I haven't heard any bad things about it. This is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. And this is just a, I think I mentioned it earlier, but this is a relationship between friends, and it spans over time. There are 4 books in the series, and it does go just into, you know, the women's lifestyle. I think it goes from like childhood to womanhood, talks about relationships and marriages. It does seem very sweet and fall-like, although the cover kind of seems like springish. These I picked up from the used book sale as well. It is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I don't know what this one is about. I read Station 11 and I really liked it. I did read it a long time ago, so I don't really remember her writing style. I think it was a little bit poetic and a little bit like flowery, but I remember reading it pretty quickly. I feel like I think I borrowed it from the library, so I don't think, I wonder, I don't know if I have Station 11 or not. But that was more like dystopian, and this is, I don't think, the same. This says Vincent is a bartender at the Hotel Kiati. I'm not sure how to say that. A 5-star lodging on the northernmost tip of Vancouver Island. On the night she meets Jonathan, a hooded figure scrawls a message on the lobby's glass wall. Why don't you swallow broken glass? High above Manhattan, a greater crime is committed. Al-Qaeda is running an international Ponzi scheme, moving imaginary sums of money through clients' accounts. When the financial empire collapses, it obliterates countless fortunes and devastates lives. Sounds like there's a lot going on. It is a captivating portrait of greed, guilt, love and delusion, ghosts and unintended consequences, and the infinite ways we search for meaning in our lives. That sounds right up my alley. That sounds like something I might be underlining some passages. We'll see. I don't see myself picking that up right away, but I did want it on my shelves. I do remember liking her writing. And then this one caught me off guard. I think I saw it once or twice, but I have not seen this a lot. Reese's Book Club, they're hit or miss for me with whether I mesh well with them or not for her book club. This one, I'm not gonna lie, it was a cover for me, cover pick, and then when I like read the inside, I was like, okay, this actually sounds really interesting. It is after years of being a daughter and a wife and a mother, Anna finally has time to wonder who she really is, but the only person who can tell her her mother is dead. Searching through her mother's belongings one day, Anna uncovers a few clues about her father, whom she never knew. Student diaries chronicle his involvement in radical politics in the 70s in London, involvement that eventually led him to return to Africa, where he became the president of a small nation in West Africa, and he's still alive. I'm surprised I haven't heard more about this. I kind of want to see what it's rated because it sounds really good, and I have not seen anybody pick that up. And then this is another one that I wanted to buy when it first came out, but then I heard kind of mixed reviews. A lot of people saying the writing was a little dry and a little like you get halfway through and not much happens. But I wanted to give it a try since it was only like 50 cents. But this is The Good Left Undone by Adriana Trigiani. Tribbiani. And this is an Italian story, I believe. The Cabrielli family's matriarch Matilda has always been brusque and opinionated. Now, as she faces the end of her life, she is determined to share a long-held secret with her family about her mother's great love story with her childhood friend Silvio and with the dashing Scottish sea captain John Laurie McVickers, the father Matilda never knew. Italy on the brink of World War II, her journey takes her from the rocky shores of Marseille to the mystical beauty to Scotland to the dangers of wartime Liverpool. So this is something that I haven't read as far as, like, World War II I'm used to, but this seems a little bit different. I haven't read like anything as far as like Italy and then Scotland too. This is definitely a different side of things. So I'm interested to give it a try. And one of her other ones, The Shoemaker's Wife, I actually heard a lot of good things about, and I don't have that one either, but this is the only one that they had. But I definitely want to see if I mesh with the writing style and then go from there on her other books, because I do think she has been an author for a little bit now. So that is my wrap up. I'm sure I have more books somewhere or ones that I have forgotten. But if I'm being honest, I have been just buying books a lot lately and it's not helping my shelves at all. But I am going to wrap this up. I will probably edit tomorrow because I am just over it with today. I want to take my makeup off. I want to sit on the couch. I want to drink the wine I poured and start something new. I feel like I've started a couple different things and I'm just not getting into it. So I really want to turn my phone off, put it away, and actually get like in the reading mood. I'm gonna have a book hangover. I'm just ready for that vibe. So I'm gonna go. Happy reading, happy weekend. I hope you guys have some fall weather that you are able to enjoy. It's been a little bit crisp here in upstate New York, but this week it's going back to the 80s, so global warming, y'all. Enjoy and let me know in the comments what you're reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content. I will see you guys soon. Bye.